Hey everybody, Twin Diggers here, Pat and Pam.
Yeah!
Here we are, the surprise you've been waiting for. We're at the 1885 farmstead that we have been given permission for and have been so grateful. 80 acres, and the family has had this since 1953. They raised 6 kids here, and we've actually been chatting with a couple of the siblings since we've been here. We've been here 2 days, and it's been a lot of fun hearing stories, and so nice knowing where the buildings used to be and the major areas. But what this land was a dairy farm, and that was their business. They also had horses and pigs, and the mother was quite a canner. There were beautiful gardens here and everything was canned. The house is original, and we have still pictures of it on our Twin Diggers Facebook page. But we wanted to see what we could find, and everything we're giving back to the owners.
And also we did a very small area.
Yeah,
so
we covered a small area.
It's a big property.
Part of the reason is one of the siblings had lost a wedding ring 10 years ago, and at the end of this video we'll kind of walk you up to the area. We spent about 5 hours yesterday total searching around a section where they thought it may have been lost. They were hunting out here, duck hunting, and he said he remembered taking his gloves off and his ring came off somehow. Like finding a needle in a haystack, unfortunately we were not able to retrieve it, but we sure gave a good hard effort to try to locate it. So we put in about 9 hours yesterday?
Yeah, almost 10
about
total.
4 here today. We've been in
so
and out
far,
of rainstorms. And a lot of the area we honestly are not going to be able to come back to until the spring, just because it's so overgrown and we can't get into the places that we want to. So these are just some of the things that we have found in the past couple of days, and I'd like to kind of go over them with you. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready, sis.
Okay. We have a beautiful wind here, so hopefully it won't interfere with our filming. It may though. All right, well, let's start with the coins. The only older coin that we found, this was a 1958 wheat cent, 1980 quarter. Pam found a lot of the change. We've got 3 dimes, and we've got 4 modern pennies. This one's pretty roached, but still, it was fun. They were all from the 80s. So that was kind of fun to find. This really old shotgun head stamp. We found a 22 long that has not been fired and 2 22 shorts. We also found some real unique, I don't even know what they are. It's some kind of a bullet. And we have never seen anything like these before, and we're wondering if someone may know. I'm gonna hold it up, show you the end.
It's got lead filled inside.
And the owner also, one of the siblings, no idea. This is brass around the top. See that? Don't know what kind of a shell it was, what it was for, what kind of gun. And then this one,
The same.
that hit something really hard, like a rock, and that just blew open.
And then on the top of that one, Pat, that's full of lead as well.
And this one was, we think, is a fired bullet too.
Yeah.
We're not sure, but whatever that is, that's old. That looks like a bullet. And then this also we're really unsure of. It looks like it could have been the head of a bullet. It's real heavy.
And it's got like a scallop design on the sides.
On the edges there.
And then if you hold it flat, sis, it looks like it's all scalloped. Full of lead. So we don't know what that could have been.
It was an oddity. On more of a personal note, we think we found maybe the mother's old clutch purse. And it's got some real, this is probably easier on this side to see the detail. And this is,
oh yeah, look at that.
This is the,
Look at the fancy on that. I didn't see that earlier.
yeah, this would have been the clasp. It was probably cloth. This is where it was all stitched in the holes.
Over here.
And so we did find one side of it, and I think they'll be excited to see this. This was fun. This was by a dead tree stump. So imagine that. A couple other really cool things. Pam, this morning, she got a hit on this. And I'm going to turn it over and show you the back. The back piece is metal. There's some kind of a little clip or something. But the fun thing is it was inside like that of this bone. So that was pretty cool. We found this really cool old key, and that was close to the house. And that gave up a nice signal, and we took still pictures of it, but there's numbering on the back. There's a large 324, and then off to this side it's a 7 and a 4. Never seen a key like that in all the things that we've dug. So if anyone knows what that may have been for, that's quite interesting. Also, this oddity cap, we don't know if it was for a tire valve.
I think it's a valve stem.
Like
it's solid brass.
Cover that's screwed on. So if anyone has any ideas. And this was real fun. This is an Old Bear aspirin metal lid. And I actually have a couple of jars without lids, so that will fit perfectly. And this looks, a little more modern. But we're not sure what that is, but we found that. And loads of shotgun shells. This is a hunting farm, and we found these all over the place, and you can see which ones were dug and which ones we found on the surface. A lot of these were dug, so they gave off, screamer signals. It was kind of fun seeing all the different names that are on these. But oh gosh, what do you think? There's got to be at least 30 there, maybe?
Oh, I would think so.
That could be.
We're gonna have double stacked and double road.
We think these we found on the wood side when we were walking. They appear to be in the 50s. This we think is either a ketchup or, I don't know, some kind of dressing bottle or mustard. We're not sure.
Yep.
It's got those panels all around it.
And the date on that was 56.
56.
Right.
And when this cleans up, this will be a real nice, flower vase or put buttons in or marbles. This was really fun. We found this old clock, and one of the brothers saw this and said, "Oh, I remember that clock. It stopped at 4:20." And we thought that was fun. And then this real cool piece of iron, and this is gonna be repurposed for the birdhouse projects that we share with you that we do. That'll fit perfect. We'll dig that mud out of there. And then Pam found this beautiful horseshoe that was off in the area where the dairy farm barn was, and so that was cool. This is heavy.
It's beautiful.
It's in beautiful shape, and if the owners do not want this, we're going to ask them if we can take that as a momentum. A really roach spoon, and I did get the handle. It was in the same hole. And then these two spoons, it's kind of a fun story. On the side of the house, there was a big sand pit that all the kids played in. And this is where we found these two spoons, and we found some kids' items. But one of the brothers said he did remember the style on that one. And so, like he said, they probably just took them out in the sandbox and played with them and used them for maybe building something, and it got lost. So our find. And the other fun thing also in the sandbox is Pam found this little child shovel.
Well, it's a big child shovel.
Well, it looks like a child's shovel.
Yeah.
And we don't think it's for coal or anything like that.
The wind's really picking.
And then this really cool old dune buggy was in the sandbox, and we could still see a little bit of the emblem on there. And it rolls.
A little Tonka.
Look at that. It rolls, and the plastic's still all intact. Unfortunately, the metal's all shot. Another sandbox find was this little muffin tin. And boy, I wish that would have been in better shape. That would be real fun there were 2 daughters and 4 sons. that were here, and so that would have been fun. Maybe they still may want that just for keepsake.
Sure.
A couple broken milk glass coffee mug that we found out in the woods. It looks fairly modern, but it's a real thick stone ware. And then back here, it was really fun to find a hinge again on the farm. So Pam found the hinge, and then each of us found a sickle, and mine was in really good shape. It still got the nice details on the back on there. Slazenger golf ball. We always find golf balls, but I know Slazenger was back in the early 80s, I believe. And we use this. This is a little bone we found, and all the little critters have been chewing on that over the years to get the calcium out of it. We found probably for a fence or maybe a dog chain or something. Don't know what that exactly is for. And then we'll jump back here. A couple more little car parts from Tonka that were in the sandbox. Maybe that was a little
Grill
farm,
for a truck or something.
Something, yeah. Lead. And we were told that these were used to tie duck decoys to, and they would throw this out in the lake here, and this was their weight. And so we found some of these near that area. Lots of nails. We didn't even show all of the nails, screws, nails. There's a couple of forged square nails. This one is really cool. I know it's really rusted out, but you can see the square top. It's square all the way around. And one of the sons said several of the barns have been tore down over the years, and he said, I got jars full of them. And we said, good, keep them because they're valuable. And he is going to be repurposing them. These little U-hooks, we found a lot of these, and apparently these were used to pound into the fence post to hold a barbed wire in. And this little teeny square nail, that was kind of cool. We found that.
I've never seen one that skinny before.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And then jumping back a little bit, we were told by one of the siblings that this was used on a manure spreader, and that these interlocked with one another. And he said, you'll find these all over the place. We only found 2, but it was so nice to have someone on hand who knows what some of this stuff is. It just really helps us in identification. Some kind of a ring. It's not horse tack. We're not sure what that is. These actually were together, and it was like this, and there was a huge root that grew right through the center, and I finally bent it and it broke. I didn't want to chop the root off and kill the tree, but that was like that in the ground and a big root right through it. I thought that was kind of cool. Some kind of piece of iron, not sure what it is, and then an old pipe, and this honking spike or screw or whatever it was for. I'm sure it was probably to hold up the foundation of the buildings. So that thing's cool. Getting back, just junk, dug up cans, beer cans. Most of them are pop cans. Little hits like a bottle cap, and thank goodness only 2 pull tabs on this property. An old razor blade. This is the bottom to a light bulb. Some kind of this. They said they had a tool shed, and this was one of the things that went in there. So that was good. They helped us identify some of that. A lot of wire. We didn't even put a lot of it up here. Little pieces of barbed wire and just pieces of wire were all over the area. We were so grateful that there just wasn't so much junk. You could tell that they really took care of this property. You know, they just didn't throw stuff all around. It's very well maintained. The last thing we have is just a piece of, must be sheet tin or something, and I should use my gloves.
Yeah,
I just got a tetanus shot, so I'm good. And this, some type of a barrel ring. So, yeah, we're excited. One of the siblings does not live far from here, so they've been coming over and visiting. seeing how we're doing, and they haven't come back yet today. So we wanted to put everything out for them so they could see what we have found. And then I think I'd like to just show the area, Pam, and then the area that we searched for 5 hours yesterday trying to find the wedding ring.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Come on, walk this way.
Yeah.
I do want to show this beautiful, I think it's for haying or plowing or something.
Yeah, and we're going to show the back of it. It's a little hard walking, so the camera might move a little bit. And the other thing, the wildlife out here is incredible. You can hear the songbird singing right now. And we saw a deer out here, and they have fox and everything. So I believe this was a hay bale. Look back here. It's got all of these teeth in the bottom. I think it went out and it rolled the hay up. But I'll tell you, this is quite a piece of history that's sitting here.
And look at the size of these wheels.
I can't imagine. Obviously a horse had to have pulled it. I don't know how old the tractors were then, or if it was attached to an old tractor, but the way it's designed is incredible, because you know that all of that iron was bent and forged that way to make that. And out of all the equipment that we've seen here, I think by far this one is just the most beautiful.
Yeah, and there's quite a few pieces here.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, let's...
we're just going to pan out. This property goes way beyond that largest tree in the center. We have not even gotten over there to explore it. And it opens up into this beautiful prairie, and full of the old oak trees and the pine trees, all the different types of pine trees in here. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a large pond or lake over here, and if you go around, and one of the siblings was kind enough to cut a path so we could walk all the way around the backside and back over to half of there, and there's some hunting blinds there and stuff, and that's where he thought he lost his wedding ring, along that path. So we went along there, and gosh, we did our best, sis. So that's kind of what we have for now. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of wanted to show that long thing.
That
I don't know what that is,
Yeah,
so let's just walk down there.
So I hear a train.
Train.
We had some really nice downpours yesterday and last night. We have been in a drought for 3 weeks, and everything was looking pretty rough. And now today it's been on and off clouds. We have been in the 90s for over a week, and now there's just this beautiful breeze out. I think it's like 73, so quite a drop in temperature, and we're not out baking in the sun like we were yesterday for sure. So we've got this there, and then if you want to pan back to that brick foundation back there, that was the well house, and that is where the milk was kept. So there was like a U shape in the driveway. Customers would come in and drive up to the milk house, get the milk, and then out they would go. And you can see the house in the background, and just how it's so beautifully surrounded with trees. Yeah. And then also there were a horse barn down there on the left, which is down in the hill, and we just can't get in there now. It's so overgrown with greenery. And
so let's look at these things here.
Yeah, these are cool.
Isn't that cool?
We found things in the past with those chain links
right
going out,
and we didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
And it's something, isn't it, with the hay or something?
Boy, I don't know. We're
Not sure.
Farm people, but someone would know what that whole thing is.
Yeah, look at the landscape here is just breathtaking, you guys.
So many wild irises, wildflowers. This is just a haven for, and peace and tranquility here it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we are looking forward to coming back. We will be spending a good portion of our spring here, just because we've got that whole side to cover where there's buildings, this whole side along the driveway where there were buildings, and we're just so blessed to be able to be given this permission. We've met some great family members, had some great conversations, and that's what it's all about. And I think once they see some of the stuff we were able to retrieve, hopefully it'll bring back some great memories for them. We've got a lot of pictures still pictures on our Facebook, Twin Diggers Minnesota Facebook page, just to see really some of the landscape and the beautiful things that we were able to get pictures of. We know that there are dumps that are on a portion of this property. We've been told where they're at, but it is absolutely so overgrown with buckthorn right now. We tried to scout it out yesterday, and honestly, it was just too much, so we didn't want to get all cut up. We just had short sleeve shirts on. But that is another opportunity as well that we will be having. So,
and if I have it my way, we'll be doing it after this video.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway, thank you so much for coming along. We really appreciate it. We have some new subscribers. We're getting some really nice comments, and we continue to follow all of your channels. And just thank you so much for all of your support, and we really appreciate it.
Take care, you guys.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.